Hi, welcome to my channel. I am Rosalind Jukic and I am a second generation homeschool mom living in Croatia. I invite you to join me today. Be sure to like this video and be sure to follow my channel. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're joining with me today. I know my intro says I talk a lot about homeschooling. That is not what I'm talking about today, but that's okay. I have talked a lot about homeschooling. I haven't been around in a while. Okay, so I'm just going to give you kind of a very, very, very brief, update on kind of where things are and what we're doing and why I haven't been around. Mainly, it's just because our life has become extremely busy. You know, as you have seen in some of my earlier videos, we have been doing a lot of outreach to the Ukrainian refugees. I've been reaching out and helping a family nearby us, nearby where we live. And I've also been sort of assisting my church in some, different capacities as far as that goes. I also teach our school-aged children's class, and it has literally blown up. We have about twice as many children as we used to have. Literally overnight. And so you can just imagine within the course of a month, having double the kids that you have, and then 50% of those kids not speaking a language that it makes it very interesting. It's meaning a lot more preparation, which is good. That's not a bad thing. All of this is a good thing. All of it is wonderful. And I feel so blessed to be able to serve in that capacity. But all of the extra on top of the homeschooling and then working from home just really doesn't leave me a lot of room for YouTube. And so, I'm not walking away. I'm not giving up on my channel. I'm just prioritizing. If you go back to earlier this year, and I talked about the fact that my word of the year is be still, and the fact that I was learning how to really prioritize what needs to happen in this moment without allowing it to make me anxious. That's kind of where I'm at. And for a while, YouTube was really front and center because I was sharing a lot about what we're doing with homeschooling and, some new things that we've been doing, and we haven't really been doing anything new. We're just basically wrapping up the school year. And so there's really nothing fascinating about that, to be really honest. It really came front and center, and I have so enjoyed that, and I'm still enjoying it. The videos that I'm doing, periodically, I enjoy doing them. I enjoy doing videos in general. But also I've really felt on my heart, some things to write. And as I mentioned, I believe it was maybe in my last video, I'm a much better writer than I am speaker. And so the things that were on my heart, I felt were essential enough that really I needed to write them. I needed to put them into my best format. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. So that's where I've been. Today, I want to talk a little bit about keto and things. And as you can see, I'm on my ball, sitting on my ball. These aren't my hips. I just want you to know. It's just I'm looking at the camera going, no, this is ball right here. Or, well, you can't see that side. This side right here. My health has been interesting. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. My health has been kind of interesting, and so I'm going to try to keep this very brief. I invested in a Pilates ball to sit on. Now, I know that there's a lot of controversy around should you use a Pilates ball to for an office chair or not. I've been going for a massage every week, and the lady that's been massaging me highly recommended it. And I know that I used to use one before and I had really good success with it. So the reason why I'm going for a massage and why I invested in the ball was because I ended up with severe sciatic pain. And I've kind of suffered with sciatica for a while, but this was over the top, extreme. This was 24/7 nonstop pain to where I couldn't sleep at night at all. I remember one night I was able to finally get to sleep, and I slept until 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was up at 2 because I just couldn't find a comfortable position. And so the girl that's been massaging me, she's done a lot of work with sciatic pain, and so she's been miraculous. I still, obviously it's not something that you can resolve overnight. It's starting to really clear up. I don't have the pain that I had, which is really great. But my back is also an issue with the amount of sitting that I do with my job and things. So so that's, that kind of kept me down. I was down for 2 weeks with that. And in the meantime, it was like, I was struggling to just keep up with life and cooking. And as I've mentioned kind of in the past few videos about keto, it's been off and on, off and on, off and on. And I've been connecting with a friend, and I talked about this in an earlier video when I talked about fasting, is that she and I have been fasting together. And so I've kept to that fasting schedule, 72 hours every 2 weeks. I've not strayed from that, but I really struggle to stay consistent with keto. The interesting thing is, though, with the fasting, my energy levels were staying consistently high, and I've actually felt physically really good. And so that was kind of interesting to me. It wasn't, enough to make me go, maybe I don't need to be on keto. I really feel like I do, because I know that this would literally push it up into the stratosphere. Like if I was keto and doing fasting, the 72 hours every 2 weeks, I mean, I just imagine. But it was, I was struggling with, just trying to keep up with life and, doing extra meals and thinking, having to do separate meal planning and things, or not meal planning, but meal making, a separate meal for me. And so, on the times when I was, really, consistent for those 2 or 3 days in a row, basically it was, taco salad or tuna salad. And that was pretty much what I was eating, was just, taco salad or tuna salad. And I knew even that's not good. I mean, you need a variety. You need to eat a variety of things, not just the same thing over and over and over again. Although I will confess, I've always sort of been that type of person, and I feel very weird that I'm wearing Me Want Cookies shirt when I'm talking about keto, but whatever. Okay. That's just kind of weird. But anyhow, so, but I am that type of person that I could easily eat the same thing every single day for the rest of my life and just, be happy with that, because I do kind of latch onto one meal that I really love and I kind of stick with it. Taco salad would be definitely that thing. So I was heading into another, looking ahead to another fast, and I was talking with my friend, and she was, saying I'm struggling with, getting back on keto, after, some, sort of events in her life. Hello. And I was like, yes, I am too. And it was just, I knew it was like, okay, I just got to get there. And so I realized, one of the things that I have found that helps me to get my head in the game and keep my head in the game is making a meal plan and then doing meal prep. Now, meal prep is something that I've been wanting to do for my family. We bought a second refrigerator, and so I have freezer space to be able to do meals up ahead of time and put them in the freezer. And so it's been something I've been wanting to get into, and having those meals portioned out in the freezer, and just, being able to look at my calendar and go, okay, this is what I'm making for today. It keeps me on track. It does. And so, there are some things that you can make up and put in the refrigerator, early in the week, and then eat them up, and then, maybe save for whatever's later in the week, have it in the freezer, but just, pull it out and put it in the microwave. And so I thought, this really isn't as hard as it could be, and then the meals that I'm making this week, I can make a little bit extra of. And so then in the weeks to come, it just gets more and more easy because, I have half the things that I need in the freezer already. And so today I just want to share with you what I jotted down, because what I did is I made out a calendar for myself, and it's 4 to 5 weeks. I can't remember how, I think it's almost 5 weeks, maybe 4.5 weeks. And I listed out about a good 12 to 13 meals that are are variety. So some of them are salads, and then some of them are just, you know, meals with a side. And that way there's sort of a variety going. Now, even when I have a meal with a side, I'm probably going to just have a green salad with that. So, because I'm going to, you know, love my salad. So, anyway, I just wanted to share these with you because they might inspire you, you know, to do something similar for yourself. So I want to point out that I do OMAD when I'm in my eating period. So I don't, and I do a 72-hour fast every 2 weeks. And then in that eating period, then I'm doing usually somewhere in the ballpark of 24, so 20 hours fasting, 4 hours eating, because sometimes, you know, I'll have that meal and then maybe I'll have like a fat bomb, or a meal and maybe just like a square of dark chocolate or something like that, you know, or I'll eat my meal and I'm just, you know, I'm full now, but then like in 2 hours later, I'm like, yeah, I can go ahead and finish that now, you know, because here's me, I don't like to fight, I don't like to throw food away. So usually I'm doing 24. Sometimes it turns into 23/1, you know, depending on how much I ate. So let's go ahead and discuss these meal ideas that I have. So first one was my usual, the tuna salad. So how do I do that? I take tuna, I mix it up with half mayonnaise and half sour cream. And then I usually put in chopped cucumber, or not chopped cucumber, chopped pickles, and sliced olives, and maybe some chopped avocado, maybe a little bit of chopped tomato. Sorry, I'm having to translate in my head a little bit. You know, and I'll just kind of throw in there maybe some, you know, of those kinds of veggies and things. And, you know, sometimes I'll just chop in some, or put in some chopped blue cheese. I love blue cheese. Oh my word. Or feta cheese. Either one of those. I usually have both in the fridge. I absolutely adore feta cheese and blue cheese. I'm not terribly fond of any other kind of cheese. So, and then I'll just throw that over a bed of lettuce and drizzle some olive oil over it, and it's a great meal. It's super easy. It's one of those things that is easy to take with you. Like say when we have potluck at our church, and I know like sometimes they just do pizza day, then I'll just grab that and a bed of lettuce, and I'll just pop it in the fridge when I get to church, and then I have my own meal. So super easy. Plus, you can take the tuna salad, like the tuna plus the vegetables minus the mayo and the sour cream, and you can put it in the freezer and freeze it, and then it's already done for you. You take it out, thaw it, and then all you have to do is just add in the mayo and the sour cream, and you're good to go. So it's really easy to prep ahead of time. Then I like ham and egg salad, or sometimes I'll boil up some bratwurst and do like chopped bratwurst and egg salad, like hard-boiled egg. I can make a salad out of anything. You know, when I do hamburgers for my family, I make a salad and I plop a hamburger on it, put a dab of ketchup and put some mayo and some mustard on it, drizzle some olive oil over it, and it's a hamburger salad. So there's another one. So also you can ground up hamburger and just brown it, and then, you know, put it on like say a bed of sauteed zucchini, like zoodles, and you know, drizzle some olive oil or some melted butter on it, and that is also a meal. I know that sounds very bland, but it's actually really good, to be honest. Trust me on this. You can even put a little bit of soy sauce on it, just to get that sort of added, you know, touch of Asian flavor, maybe a touch of that little soy sauce, and maybe a little sprinkle of ginger. And oh my word, that actually sounds really good. Doggone, I had zoodles today. I should have done that. That actually sounds really, really good. That is seriously going to be my next meal. Okay, so, you know, taking any kind of chicken, if like my kids love drumsticks, and so and I don't do like fried chicken at all, so I don't bread anything, not even for my family. I don't bread and fry. I just don't. They prefer really sauteed meat. So, you know, I'll just, you know, throw some meat in a pan with a little bit of lard in the bottom. I use a lot of lard. I go through tubs of lard all the time. And then I just, you know, brown it, and then I add some water, and I just keep that water in there and just getting that meat all nice and tender. And then usually in and of itself, you know, so the juices from the meat plus the seasonings that I put in on the meat create a really nice, you know, just juice. and they don't typically like American style gravy, so I don't add flour to it or anything. We just drizzle it over potatoes, mashed potatoes, or boiled potatoes, and they love that. So you can take that chicken, which does not have carbs added to it. It's just spices, and that's it. And you can serve that over zoodles. You can serve it over riced cauliflower. You can serve it over, you can even take the meat and just sort of shred it a little bit and throw it on a salad and put some salad dressing on it. Make your own salad dressing. Don't forget to make your own salad dressing. And that also makes a good meal. The cabbage crack, which is basically sauteed cabbage with ground meat, and you can do Asian spices. I have that on my blog. I'll throw that in the description box below. Do a beef bowl. So you can do beef bowl. You can do it over lettuce. You can do it over zoodles. I tried it over rice cauliflower, and I was not a fan. It was just that cauliflower taste really got into it. It's supposed to be a Mexican beef bowl, and it just, no, it didn't go. The zucchini is mild enough, because it's not a cabbage, it's a squash. And so, it's mild, and you can even season the zucchini. You can put in maybe some taco seasoning with the zoodles as you're sauteing them. I personally just like to do butter or olive oil and minced garlic. And the butter and the minced garlic are really, really good with the zoodles, by the way. So you can do a beef bowl, an Italian salad. That's what I had today. So I did the zoodles. I cooled them. I actually put some shredded chicken in it. For some added protein. You can do, like, say, lightly steamed cauliflower and broccoli, just so they just got a touch of a crunch, but they're not raw, obviously. So they're just lightly steamed. I actually didn't have that today, unfortunately. But then you do some chopped tomato, chopped black and green olives, some sliced summer sausage or pepperoni. I did cheese cubes plus some feta cheese, which was absolutely delicious. Let's see, what else did I throw in there? I threw in some sliced red or chopped red pepper, the red bell pepper. You can do like the orange bell pepper for color, and then Italian seasoning. And you toss it and you chill it, and it is, oh my word, so good. That is so good. And that's something you can make up ahead of time, and have it sitting in your fridge chilling for a couple days. You don't probably want to leave it in there for very long. But you could also, saute some chicken breast or grill up some chicken breast and throw it over your salad. Slice it, chop it, throw it over your salad. You can put it on a bed of zoodles. Even do maybe some like fettuccine or not Alfredo sauce over the chicken breast over zoodles. That would make a very delicious meal. And Alfredo sauce is keto friendly, so that's wonderful. Bacon, lettuce, tomato salad, and you can throw in the avocado for some good fats. Just do sausage and eggs. Do like a sausage, sausage and cheese omelet. Maybe throw in some mushrooms and some bell pepper, which would make it totally delicious. Another thing is you can do a mug biscuit, a coconut flour mug biscuit. I don't know if I have that on my blog. I'm not sure if because I don't think it was my recipe, so I don't think I put it on my blog. I will look up the recipe and put it in the description box below. I used to do this often, and I kind of got out of the habit. But you can make a coconut flour mug biscuit, and then make some sausage gravy, and serve that with like a side of scrambled eggs or fried eggs. Hello, everybody.
Bye again.
Bye again. Also, another meal that I thought of, pizza. And I can't remember the name of the dough. I can't remember the name. It's like on the tip of my tongue. But you make it with coconut flour and mozzarella. I'll throw the recipe in the comment section below, or in the description box below. But, you know, and you can do it as simple as just doing like ham and cheese and, you know, maybe some sliced mushrooms, or you can get really fancy with it and throw sliced bell pepper on it and red onion. I've done all of that. It's so, so good. And the great news is that, you know, it's not terrible once it's cooled. So, you know, because the recipe does make, it makes more than one portion. And it is so, because it's made with mozzarella cheese, it is, so there's a lot of protein in it. You know, once you put the meat on it, once you put the cheese, top it with the cheese, there's so much protein in it that it really fills you up rather quickly. And so, you know, if you refrigerate it and eat some more the next day, I mean, it's not as good, but it's not terrible either. So that was an idea that I had. So I have enough ideas. You know, we also get like grilled sausages, and I usually just, you know, fry them up on the stove and serve it with salad. My family absolutely loves that. They don't even need a side because they are fattening enough that just the two sausages are about like this long. Along with a side salad, it is definitely enough to fill you up. You don't need any more than that. And so a meal like that, that's already keto friendly. Because I mean, even though the sausages, okay, so they're not like a, you know, strict meat, like they've been processed. It's a processed style meat. But there are very few carbs in them. And so it is completely keto friendly. So that is a keto meal that my family eats. And so that's something I don't even have to make anything extra on the side with that. And so as you can see, I have 4.5 weeks, and that is including my, my fasting times. The day that I break my fast, I didn't actually mark anything down there for a meal because it's really touch and go. The day that I start refeeding, I always refeed with either scrambled egg or an egg and avocado. And a lot of times, because I've been fasting, that is enough. I don't need anything else for the rest of the day. And maybe if, you know, if I might be a little bit hungry, I can make a fat bomb tea, and that will just do me. Then I'm good till the next day. So I didn't put anything down. The first week in the mornings, I am doing my fat mom tea, or like my, you know, bulletproof tea, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll be doing a fat bomb. And then starting the second week, and this is actually starting next week, by the way, because yesterday and today are the 2 days that I've just been really strictly keto. The day before that was, we're not going to talk about that day. We're just going to pretend that day didn't exist. And so basically I'm getting back on. I'm getting myself really well into ketosis, and then I'm going into a fast. And then the second week here, I'm having my fat tea, but no fat bomb, because to be really honest, what I'm trying to do is I am trying to help my body, you know, just burn fat. And so if I want it to burn fat, I don't want to be just giving it so much fat that that's, you know, my diet fat, my fat from my food is the only fat that it's burning. So I'm going to close with this. I mentioned earlier in this video that even though I haven't been strictly keto, like I've had keto moments, like I've had 2, 3, 4 days where I'd be keto and then I just wouldn't be keto again. And even though it's been like that, with the fasting, my energy levels have stayed up, and that's been like, wow, that's, you know, kind of crazy. There's one other thing that I noticed. So first of all, I've not been gaining weight. I've been basically sort of stalled where I'm at, which is obvious. Like I wasn't expecting to lose weight, but really I was expecting to gain weight. But then something else. The last time I measured was somewhere in January. The last time I measured was somewhere in January, and I hadn't measured since then. But then there wasn't really any reason actually to measure since then. But I thought, you know, I'm getting back on track. So I want to get my weight in, and I want to get my measurements in, so I kind of know where I'm starting out at. I'm actually down 6.5 inches. That surprised me. Now, okay, I want to say this. In one sense, it didn't surprise me because I could tell by the way my clothes were fitting that I had lost inches. I just didn't think it was that much. But here's the thing, that's the fasting. because doing the 72-hour fast, my body was really feeding on the fat stores during those 72 hours. And so that, while on one hand it was surprising, on the other hand it wasn't terribly surprising, because there you go. I mean, that's really the effect of the fasting, and I'm really happy about that. I've also been the past 2 weeks a lot more physically active, where I've been either exercising or I've been making sure that I've been walking and on my feet a lot more. And so that's kind of been giving that the extra boost. And so if you haven't considered fasting, now obviously you want to consult with your medical professional first before you embark on a longer term fast. Like the 72-hour fast is definitely a longer fast. Shorter fast like 12 hours, 16 hours, whatever, those aren't, there's not a whole lot of danger in there. But, before you really do any kind of fasting, apart from what you are accustomed to, you definitely want to consult with a medical professional. I am not that person. I don't know anything about medicine, really. So I definitely would not advise anybody anything. That's a little dangerous. But I just can say from my own experience, all I can talk to you is my personal experience. And, obviously can't promise you anything. Everyone's body is totally different, is as unique as your fingerprint. Every body structure, hormone balance or imbalance, everything about you is as unique as your own fingerprint. And so for me, it's really working. I mean, even though I have adrenal fatigue, most people would advise me not to do long-term fasting because it would, crash my adrenals. Actually, I have a completely opposite reaction. I feel the best when I'm in a fasted state. When I'm eating one meal a day is when I feel optimal. When I add that with fasting, it is like better than optimal. And so all I can say is what it has done for me. It is definitely making me lose inches, even though I'm not losing pounds. I'm not so much worried about the pounds. I'm not nearly as worried about the pounds as I am worried about the inches, and that is working for me. So I just thought I would give you this little update. This is kind of what's going on with our life. This is why I haven't been around as much. I don't know when I'm going to be back to consistently, uploading to YouTube. That is anybody's guess. Only the Lord knows that. But just know that, this is what's been going on. I probably might be checking in a little bit more often, maybe talking about the keto and my fasting and things like that, as I feel like I have something to share. But I was, I had put out on my socials about my calendar for getting back on keto, and I had some who are wanting to know what those meals were, and so I thought, this is like the easiest and most practical way of sharing that. And so here you are. I hope that this video was informative for you, maybe gave you some creative ideas if you're looking to get onto keto. I'll drop a link in the description box below that has information on my blog about that. If you've been looking for some more keto meal ideas, hopefully that gave you some ideas. All of those meals, for the ones that I have recipes for, those you'll find those in the description box below. They are simple meals because that is how I roll. I do not need anything more complicated in my life. So they are simple, they are easy. Some of them are just, basic, simple modifications of what I'm making for my own family. So they're quick to go. A lot of them are just simple. Like if you're going somewhere, you're going to be at a potluck and that there's going to be next to nothing there that you can eat. Those are simple things that you can bring with you. So yeah, that's that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the description box below. What is your favorite keto meal? I would love to know that. I would love to know, do you have a simple keto meal that is sort of your go-to meal? Please share. That would be so awesome. I would love to know that, because I would love to add it to my calendar. Because I'm always looking to add new things. I need some variety in my life because I don't do so well with that in general. In general, I'm not, a super variety person. So Anyway, leave that in the comment section below. Share this video with someone that if you feel like they would benefit from it, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that will be.